graders, happy Tuesday! I hope you were able to look through your new distance learning packet a little bit yesterday and take a look at the new matrix. Hopefully there are some things that look interesting to you on there. Yesterday I gave you a quick little math walkthrough. Today I'm going to do another short lesson at the end of this video, this time for reading. But let's start with our morning message first. Dear first graders, today is Tuesday. Today you are going to see a short reading lesson at the end of this video. Since we cannot have our usual conversations as we read, I'm going to post questions when I'm done reading for you to talk about with someone at your house. Keep working hard on the matrix for this week. Have a terrific Tuesday. Love, Mrs. Baker. Remember to go on Seesaw to find the mistakes in this message. Going to be reading a story called The Greedy Goat. Before we get reading, let's take a look at the front and back covers. What do you see on the front cover? I see a goat, and it looks like it is peeking through a window. The title of the story is The Greedy Goat. Do you know what the word greedy means? It means that you want to keep everything to yourself. Since this goat is greedy, it must want to keep everything for itself. Underneath the picture, it says that this is a traditional tale retold by Fay Bolton and illustrated by Paul Borg. A traditional tale is an old story that has been told by many people over many years. Traditional tales often have animals as characters. First graders, can you think of other stories we have read this year that have animals as characters? I bet you can. Now let's take a look at the back of the book. In the picture, I see a dog, an old woman, a sheep, a donkey, and the goat all looking through the window. I also see something in the old woman's hand. What do you see, first graders? Do you see that mouse? Now let's read the text. It says, "The greedy goat scares away everyone who tries to help the old woman get back into her house. Does she finally find a friend who knows how to scare the goat away?" Think about what we might read about in this story, first graders. All right, we are ready to read The Greedy Goat, a traditional tale retold by Fay Bolton, illustrated by Paul Borg. One day, an old woman was cleaning her house when she found a silver coin. "My, oh my, what should I buy?" wondered the old woman. "I know, I will buy a little bit of rice and make myself a nice creamy rice pudding." And that is what she did. She set the pudding on the table to cool and went outside for some water. Oh my goodness, first graders, look. You can tell that this pudding is hot just by the picture. Soon a goat came by and smelled the rice pudding. The greedy goat jumped in the window and ate up all of the rice pudding to the very last grain. Now think about what's happened so far, first graders. The old woman was cleaning and found a coin. Then what did she do? She went and bought some rice and made rice pudding. And when the goat came inside, what happened? He broke her bowl and ate up all of the pudding. You are right. When the old woman returned, the greedy goat would not let her in, and she could not see the rice pudding. The old woman just sat down on her doorstep and cried. Plop, plop, plop. A donkey came by. "What's wrong, old woman?" asked the donkey. "A goat's in my house and won't let me in," she said. "Don't worry," said the donkey. "I'll get the goat out." Knock, knock. "Who is there?" bleated the goat. "It's me," said the donkey. "Off with you. I'm a fighting goat. My 2 big horns will rip your coat." This scared the donkey, and it galloped off down the road. Pad, pad, pad. A dog came by. "What's wrong, old woman?" asked the dog. "A goat's in my house and won't let me in," she said. "Don't worry. I'll get the goat out," said the dog. Knock, knock. "Who's there?" bleated the goat. "It's me," said the dog. "Off with you. I'm a fighting goat. My 2 big horns will rip your coat." This scared the dog, and it scampered off down the road. First graders, if you look at this picture, does it look like this story takes place in 2020? Or do you think this picture or this story takes place a long time ago? What clues make you think that? Patter, patter, patter. A sheep came by. "What's wrong, old woman?" asked the sheep. "A goat's in my house and won't let me in," she said. "Don't worry, I'll get the goat out," said the sheep. "Knock, knock. Who's there?" bleated the goat. "It's me," said the sheep. "Off with you, I'm a fighting goat. My 2 big horns will rip your coat." This scared the sheep. It trotted off down the road. Tippy, tippy, tip. A mouse came by. "What's wrong, old woman?" asked the mouse. "A goat's in my house and won't let me in," she said. "Don't worry, I'll get the goat out," said the mouse. Knock, knock. "Who's there?" bleated the goat. "It's me," said the mouse. "Off with you, I'm a fighting goat. My 2 big horns will rip your coat." This didn't scare the mouse away. "I'm much less than half your size, but I have 4 sharp claws to scratch your eyes." If you look at the picture of the mouse, you can see those sharp claws. This scared the goat, and it rocketed out of the window. After this, the mouse and the old woman lived happily together to the end of their days. All right, there are going to be some questions that come on the screen. You can just pause it on those questions and talk about it at home, or you can come back and talk about it later, or just think about the story, first graders. How do you think the mouse could help the woman in the future? You can think about that question and the questions that are just about to appear on the screen.